Good morning. It's a very cold morning in Japan today. I have my cup of coffee here and I will flip through this book called Notes and Methods by Hilma of Klint. I did a longer video before of hers, of a book I had sold off. This is another book that I will put up for sale. Yeah, as with a lot of the books that I'm filming recently, which are being sold off, they're most probably ones that, didn't hit me the right way. On the other video I did of hers, I think I linked up the documentary I watched, which was a pretty good documentary. It kind of explained her significance. This particular book are her notebooks. And I will be taking drinks of coffee, so I apologize for the noise. It's been a very cold winter. It's kind of icy outside. Yeah, I live in a place called Yokohama, which is about half an hour by train to Tokyo. Doesn't usually snow here, although there was some light snow on the 1st of January. Looking at these pencil drawings, I think this is the day where I pull out my pencils again and start drawing. I think it's time. One must start from somewhere. So this book also contains some of her letters. You can see one of her letters here in English. It says here, the blue books are a catalogue meticulously and beautifully assembled by her of the paintings she considered to be her most important body of work. There are 10 books. The paintings for the temple. I'm still very curious about her work because the documentary I watched says that she's one of the first abstract artists, but she wasn't really recognized during her time. Perhaps maybe she was a little too obscure, or maybe she was a female and that went against her. But for whatever reason, she wasn't recognized that much during her lifetime, I believe, or not as much as she is now, obviously. I'm still a little confused about these paintings, to be honest. I mean, this one's called The Reception into the Sensual World. I don't know, man. It's kind of mystical, isn't it? And if you see some of her paintings before this, or some of her drawings, very similar to other artists that I've mentioned, she can absolutely draw and absolutely paint like real figures. So sometimes you look at abstract paintings and you think, well, they can't paint. Yeah, she really can. So I think it's the choice of, the choice to go abstract. That's kind of a famous one, right? I've seen that one before. I don't mind these orange color ones. This is also kind of famous. I've seen that one. I don't know, am I starting to get a soft spot for her art? Could be. I mean, I think part of the purpose of art maybe is to force you to stretch, or maybe to confuse you a little bit. This one's called White Circles Field. I mean, in terms of book buying, there are certain books that I know are popular, but that I personally don't have that much of an interest in. I mean, there are times where I'll just purchase a book to sell it. I guess you would say it's a reselling market, but I'm pretty conservative with what I buy. I mean, obviously I'm pressed for space, so you can't just go out there and buy everything, and you wouldn't want to anyway, because you may not be able to sell it. So I do have to primarily like or understand why something is popular before purchasing it. But the good thing I like about buying books is that even if it's slightly out of your comfort area, there is a chance that you may one day understand it and appreciate the art. And I think that needs to be part of my growth, to have more patience. But at the same time, all art is not for everybody. So if it doesn't move you, then that's okay. I wonder how often she painted. I mean, some of these are, I mean, they're very similar, aren't they? Like, surely it must have some type of meaning. Kind of reminds me of those kind of pyramids, the Mayan pyramids in South America. The Adam series. I mean, there are some descriptions here. For example, the body is capable of rising above its earthly form by listening to the superphysical powers. I guess that's what it says here. When the atom is at rest on the etheric plane, its center absorbs the energy that is stored there. When the body is in harmony, energy radiates outward from the center of the atom. I don't know, maybe people who like her work also like her philosophy. I have no idea, guys. I have to say, she's very diligent at keeping up this practice. This is a deceptively long book. We're already 203 pages in, and got another 100 to go, basically. So 2/3 of the way through. I mean, what are your thoughts about this book? Do you like her artwork? Do you think that this type of notebook should be published posthumously? Or do you think perhaps it shouldn't be shared? Is this a case of oversharing? I mean, I know, like, for example, when Kurt Cobain's journals were published, there was some controversy there. I mean, obviously this is not the same type of journal, but maybe there are some things that shouldn't be shared. I don't know the history of this particular notebook. Sorry, I'm picking up speed a little bit here because this is mostly written word, and I mean, we're not going to be reading these, are we? Okay, guys, that's it for today, at least for this book. Let me know your thoughts if you want to. Do you like her work? There she is. It says she was born in 1862 and passed away in 1944, academically trained Swedish artist who began to paint abstractly in 1906. So she would have been 42 when she went abstract. I mean, you can see in the background some paintings here, and as mentioned, they look very realistic, assuming that they were painted by her. Anyway, it's a nice book in terms of the structure. As for the content, still undecided. Have a great day.